Today we're jumping into a really interesting philosophical argument. It's all about equality, but it tackles the idea from an angle you probably haven't thought about. And here's the thing. It's built for a very specific audience. And its conclusion? It's a tough one to just brush aside. So let's just dive right in with the big one, right? Are we all created equal? I mean, on the surface, it seems like a simple question. But, the moment you start to really think about it, it gets complicated, fast. And that very question is the jumping-off point for the entire argument we're looking at today. Okay, so where does this argument kick off? Well, not with some dense, complicated theory. Nope. It starts with something super simple, something you or I or anyone can see just by, looking around. It's grounded in a basic, undeniable observation about what it means to be human. I mean, think about it. Just look at the people you know. You've got friends who are absolute wizards with numbers and others who can create incredible art. Some people just seem to know right from wrong, like they have this built-in compass, while others, they're operating on a totally different set of rules. This huge range of abilities and viewpoints, it's just a fact of life, right? We see it everywhere.
But here's where things get really interesting. This is the pivot. The source text basically says, whoa, hold on a second. Because that simple observation we just talked about, it creates a massive problem. But with a catch. It's only a problem if you believe in a creator. This entire line of reasoning is specifically aimed at that worldview. That's the key.
Okay, so to really get this, we've got to lay down the ground rules first. We have to define our terms. The whole argument really hangs on three core ideas, three specific attributes that this creator is assumed to have. And here they are. These three things are the absolute foundation of everything that follows. The argument's logic rests on the idea that a creator has to be 1. Benevolent, loving and kind. 2. Just, meaning totally fair, giving everyone an equal shot. And 3. Wise, having perfect judgment and foresight. Benevolence, justice, wisdom. Got it? These are going to be important. All right, so we have the creator's attributes on one side and our observation of the world on the other. And this is where the fireworks start. The argument smashes these two ideas together, the idea of a perfect creator and the reality of human inequality, and says, see, it just doesn't add up. It creates a major contradiction.
And this is the question at the very heart of it. Let's say you accept the premise. The creator is loving, fair, and wise. Okay? So how in the world do you justify that creator making people with totally different skills, different moral wiring, and then, and this is the kicker, judging them all by the exact same rulebook? The text answer is blunt. You can't. It's logically impossible.
So let's break it down, put it side by side. You've got the idea of a just, benevolent, and wise creator, and then you have the act of creating people unequally. It's like a race where the referee puts everyone at a different starting line, but then acts like they all started together. How is that fair? How is that just? The argument says it isn't. The two ideas simply can't exist at the same time. And this isn't just some abstract philosophical puzzle, The text argues that this contradiction has a very real consequence. It ends up painting a picture of the creator that's, not great. It makes the creator look ridiculous and even capricious, basically arbitrary, just making things up as they go along. And the source text really doesn't hold back here. It takes this from being a simple mistake in logic to something way more serious. It actually uses the word blasphemous. To think that a just creator would purposefully make beings unequal, according to this argument, that's not just wrong, it's a profound insult to the very nature of that creator. So after completely taking apart that idea, and doing it pretty forcefully, the argument makes one final turn. It leaves us in a totally new place, with a new question on the table. So it all comes down to a process of elimination, really. If we accept that the creator is just, benevolent, and wise, and we've just seen that this clashes with the idea of an unequal creation, then something's got to give. The logic here says that the idea of an unequal creation itself has to be the thing that's wrong. There must be some other reason for what we see. And that leads us right to the big, provocative question that this whole argument was building towards. If we follow the logic, if we conclude that a just creator had to have made us all equal, then what's going on? Where does all this inequality that we see every single day actually come from? What explains the huge differences in our abilities, our personalities, our moral views? And that's the question we're left with.